Okay, welcome back. So in this video, we're going to continue learning about how to research competitors. And in this video, we're going to cover more a competitor research angle on as a whole instead of on a search by search basis, right? So we're going to study, let's say, once you know what kind of business you want to be in or what kind of website you're going to make, then you'll very quickly find out who your competitors are. And this video will teach you how to figure out what that competitor is ranking for, how much traffic they get, etc. So we're going to look at two tools to interpret and find, and have the little bit of the free information that's out there to figure out how well your competitor is doing and what kind of traffic they're ranking for. So I'm going to introduce two more tools. One of them is going to be Uber Suggest, like so. Like this. Uber Suggest free keyword tool, right? Oopsies, close. I'm going to, oof, Christ. So many things. 1 second. Privacy policy, I don't want that. I want Uber Suggest. So many. I'm going to close the Moz bar because it seems to be doing something weird. So Uber Suggest, showing me the Spanish version. So when you search this, you're going to see this, right? We're just going to keep that on the back burner for now. And the second tool we're going to use is going to be called SimilarWeb. And these are free tools. SimilarWeb you can use as much as possible, as much as you like, I believe. But and Uber suggests they have a certain amount of searches that you have per day before you have to start paying. But it gets refreshed every day, and it's great to have a quick insight and to see some data. Okay. Right, let's just go back to our beach results near Rome thing. Now, we're going to investigate what our competitor is ranking for, right? And keyword tools, what they allow us to do, they allow us to see what our competitors are ranking for and how much traffic they're getting, more or less. Okay, so let's just go here. Let's just investigate. We want to create a travel blog and we want to earn commissions from sending people to beach resorts near Rome or in all around the world, maybe in Italy. So first of all, TripAdvisor.com is here with a forum result. We've got Expedia. These are very, very big websites. But here, for example, TravelConnectExperience.net. Maybe this is more of a direct competitor of yours because you want to create a travel blog which is much smaller and more about Rome, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to take their domain, so travelconnectexperience.net. I'm going to copy that. We're going to paste that in Ubersuggest, right? We select the language and the location that we want to search the data for, and we click search. Voila. Now it's going to search the free version, right? 3 out of 3 free daily searches. And it gives us how many keywords they are ranking for, how much traffic estimated they are getting with those keywords, how many backlinks they have, and how much domain authority they have. Domain authority they have from Moz, or it's a very, very similar metric. This graph will tell you the trend of their traffic. So you can see from December to January to February to March, they are going up slightly. But the main part of this report that we're really interested in is finding the pages that they are ranking for. So top SEO pages, top pages by country, and we see a list of pages, right? Either we can go to this report. Let's just go through the report and then we'll take some action. Further down, we have, instead of pages, we have the keywords they are ranking for. So here, monument in Rome, they rank number 2, and this keyword has 1,900 searches. Oops, it's giving me. Okay, now it's showing me the keyword overview for monument in Rome. So 1,900 searches, SEO difficulty 54. It's a very arbitrary rating, and it shows me like how difficult it would be. This is a score, but we're not going to go into that too much. Scores also don't really help as much as what I explained previously on how to evaluate how competitive something is. So these are the keywords they rank for. So if we were to search monument in Rome, it's monument in Rome. We're gonna probably see that they rank in position 2 for the US traffic. Well, in this case, they rank further down, right? But I'm also searching from Spain and not from the US. So this might be specifically targeted to the US traffic. and therefore if you were to search from the US, it would probably rank here. Okay, so these are advanced topics as to targeting for countries that we're going to cover later in the course, but for now, don't worry. So yeah, this is that. Now, what's great about this tool, or tools like this, is that we can look at all of the pages that are bringing traffic for a given domain. So it gives us a great amount of ideas of how to make our own website, because we can spy on our competitors and we can see how much traffic they're getting on which pages and from which keywords. So top SEO page is what I'm going to do. Is I'm going to go view pages that drive traffic to this domain. Okay. Obviously, with the free version, it only gives you so many pages, but here we see that this page, this page, this page, this page are all moving a very, very decent amount of traffic to that website on a month-by-month basis. So this page is sending 8,000-ish people a month, and it's doing so by ranking number 4 for Rome towns. And that keyword has 320 searches a month, and ranking 4th, they get a certain amount of visits. And with that, with lots of different types of long tail keywords, that this all accumulates. So if I search for villages around Rome, there's a likelihood I'm going to see that here. That's number 1. So I'm going to be clicking on this very likely. And then what was it? Towns around towns around Rome. It's not first, but it's second, right? And then all of these sort of longer tail keywords, they add up, and it shows you the many keywords that it's ranking for, that it ranks for, and then that give it traffic. Now this is great when you're investigating your competitors, if you know what business you're in and who your competitors are, or just Googling around, right? And then you're going to see a list of results and lots of different competitors, and you can spy on each one of them to see which pages they're ranking for, which other subjects they write about, because very, very likely someone has already done the job for on their site, and then planned the content and written the content and ranked the content, and you can just go in and see all that data and see how they're ranking with which kinds of posts, and then you could just create better versions of those posts yourself, and then be very likely to rank for them and then get traffic yourself. Okay, so here we see, and it's a great way to get ideas for posts to write. Okay, so some of them are a little bit more difficult to find. You can have a brainstorm and then figure out long tail keywords like I showed you before, but it's very, very unlikely that you're going to see the other ideas that may or may, like for example here, 9 of the best Italian novels set in Italy and Italian authors you should know. This is producing a lot of content for them, and I would have never found out about this keyword if I were to just go Rome, best beaches in Rome, restaurants in Rome, whatever. It's content that people are also searching for, which is also relevant, but which I found here, which I wouldn't have found otherwise. Now if I were to see what kind of keywords they're ranking for, maybe Italian writer makes sense for me if I'm a language school or maybe a travel blog. They should be ranking here. They're ranking over here, and maybe I'm going to gauge this search. So I'm going to turn the Moz bar back on by clicking here. I'm going to gauge the competitiveness, and maybe I find that this search result is extremely uncompetitive. So in that case, that would be another page on my website that I want to build so that I can get this traffic from all these searches. Okay, so that's that logic. So I'm not going to use up all of my searches here, or actually I'm going to do another example, something more global. So let's just see with the same search that we're considering, or something that's similar. So here, for example, summer in Italy, very, very similar kind of business, and it might be perfect if we want to create a similar kind of business that we spy on what they're ranking for. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go to competitive analysis, find the pages driving traffic to a site, English United States, search. Okay, we're going to see here they've got more traffic, right, than our previous example, and we see that they've got a whole different set of pages that are ranking and generating lots and lots of traffic every month. Okay, so rental villas in Positano is ranking and getting them lots of traffic. How to call Italy from the United States lots of traffic, and these are all kinds of subjects that you can write about and find out about, and make a short list of posts that are very, very likely to rank. Now, with this, you have a great insight of, like, if once you broadly figure out what you're trying to rank for, this coupled with what I taught you in the previous lecture of how to find longer tail keywords, you're going to have a very, very endless supply of great keywords that you can find for your website in any sort of, about any subject, in any language, etc. So that's how to use Ubersuggest and how to find out which pages, and also if you go here, keywords by traffic, which pages and also which keywords drive traffic to a website, to give you tons and tons of ideas. So in this case, summer in Italy is ranking number 6 for Brecci, for number 3 for Salerno, some number 7 for Polpettine, right? And on and on it goes, right? Obviously, with a premium version, you're going to be paying for it. It's not obligatory for this course. This is just a way, presenting how to approach this problem and how to create or find tons and tons of keywords for your site, which are less and less competitive. And then, with these kinds of keyword suggestions, you can then search for them, see how the competition is, do the same thing with long tail keywords, and you're going to have lots and lots of pages to write and contents to create, okay? To be able to rank for similar keywords and then create better content to outrank everyone else, while having, top-notch technical SEO, and then finally building links. So yeah, then we've got, so that's Ubersuggest. And there are a couple of tools similar to this. Ubersuggest is the cheapest one, and it has all the features you need. There are better quality tools which have more features but are very expensive. Ahrefs is the best one, in my opinion. It's very, very good. Then you've also got SEMrush. There are other ones, but those are the sort of big two. And then I personally use Ubersuggest because it has everything you need and is much cheaper. And I like to be very manual with my SEO, because I found it gets better results. So all these tools are great for specific things, maybe broadening your keyword spectrum and seeing what kind of things are out there. But once you do this for a while and you sort of have ranked websites, you notice that the tools aren't super duper accurate, and it's always a little bit better to do a combination of having a tool, losing a tool a little bit, and then working with your intuition a little bit more. But with that, for a beginner, it's great to follow these step-by-step instructions to sort of approaching SEO in a structured way. Now, finally, I'm going to have a quick look at SimilarWeb, because it is a very simple tool which basically gives you fairly accurate readings of how much traffic a website has. Okay, so if I were to search that same domain here, it gives me a different kind of information. So it gives me, this website is too small for this case, but for example, previously we're going to go back. Let's go to expedia.co.uk, right? This is a very, very big website. What we're going to do is we're going to copy the domain. We're going to see very big numbers in a second. We're going to see that it doesn't work for the free version, and it's a very, very supplementary tool. It just gives you a little bit of competitor insight about what this website is. So first of all, it gives you the Alexa rank, okay? The smaller the number, the better. It ranks the websites of the world, all of the websites in the world, by the amount of traffic they get. 23,000. So number 1 will be Google. Number 2 will probably be Facebook, right? So if you could just, if you just Google Alexa top 100 sites, the biggest sites in the world are ranked here. Now, the bigger this number, the less traffic you have, okay? So this is a very, very big website because this number is fairly small, okay? Now, here it shows you the estimated traffic it gets. So expedia.co.uk gets around 1.96 million users a month. And you can see the month-by-month progression of how many users it had. Usually in real life, these traffic numbers are actually bigger. So this just multiply this by about 1.3 to 1.5 to get the real traffic, in my experience. And it gives you the estimated, average session duration, how many pages a user tends to visit, their bounce rates, very, very broad metrics. But these, it gives you a general idea of how much traffic they're getting. What's more important though is the by country analysis of where the traffic is coming from. So here, obviously, since it's a .co.uk domain from a very global brand, it's going to be all or almost all UK traffic. And this can give you insights on your competitors of what kind of geographies they tend to be targeting, so that the people on their website are of a certain country. And here, the traffic sources tells you where their traffic is coming from. So you can get some very interesting knowledge here. So search is traffic that comes directly from search results, people searching something and clicking on Expedia. Some websites most big websites have a very significant number here, but some websites that are very, very strong brands, for example, they don't have as much search, but they have lots and lots of direct, because people know that they want to go to this website, and therefore the direct section is very, very high. Referrals is traffic that comes from other websites that are not Google, that link to that website. So you know the websites that have a high number here are linked to a lot and send a lot of traffic. Social is from Facebook and Instagram, traffic that goes directly from there. Mail is coming from emails, and display comes from display ads, so the ads that you see all around the internet. Then further down, it gives you slightly more information on each particular channel. But personally, especially if you're using the free version, I only use the free version. It only gives me supplementary information on a particular website, what they seem to be doing. The rest of the information is fairly limited, right? Here it tells me that a lot of their referral traffic comes from Trivago, Expedia.com, TripAdvisor, Kayak, right? But it's not amazing information. But what I find really, really useful is to see what country the traffic is in, and where it comes from, which channel. Okay, so we could have a different look at, let's just say, what was it? This is weird. Why is this happening? So I'm going to just go back to the home page. We're going to have a different look at, let's just go to the home page. Okay, let's have a look at Instagram.com. We're going to have a slightly different picture. Obviously, you're not going to be competing with Instagram. You're not going to be making a social media website, but this is you've got a very, very different number. So 6 billion people a month, different amount of engagement. You've got traffic from all over the world here. But here, for example, you see a very big difference in the user acquisition. So since everyone knows what Instagram is, and most people that use Instagram, they go directly to Instagram. They don't need to search for something and then find it. You see a very, very high percentage of direct traffic, right? Medium amount of referral traffic, some search traffic. So if you search for a profile, you're gonna go through Google into Instagram. Social traffic from other websites. But here you can just sort of very quickly see where the traffic comes from, and then you can do this for any sort of website. One quick note before I close. This doesn't work for small websites. It only really works from websites that have at least 100,000 users a month. And it's good for having a quick overview of what kind of traffic is, what's sort of loosely happening within that website, right? And it's a supplementary tool which gives you an idea when you're doing competitive research. So those are the two tools which cover all the needs you have. And with that, have a quick practice around, see websites that you're familiar with or that are local to you, or an industry that you're interested in. You can really spy and see what kind of traffic they're doing, what kind of keywords they're ranking for, what kind of pages they're making that are doing well, etc., etc. So do that a little bit now to have a little bit more familiarity with these two tools. And with that, I will see you in the next lecture. I will wish you all the best. Ciao, ciao.